Tell you what, Andy, it was warmer last time we did this one.
It was, wasn't it, mate? Yeah, but we're back. We're back with Series 3 of Rate My Oche. Here we are. And what a place to start, eh?
Yeah, I mean, you said in Series 1 you like a traditional pub. That's where darts originates from.
Boozer. Have you got me one?
This doesn't go any more so than your traditional boozer.
Prince of Wales? Let's go and have a look. Oh, yes. It is a traditional boozer, mate. Oh, it's definitely a traditional boozer, Matt. Just what I like, mate. This is great. Now, we did say in this series, access to play, we're going to take into account, we're going to consider it towards small places. Because we can't expect a small place to have 20 boards. It's impossible.
Got a little bit of history of this place. The board actually used to be there.
Where the window is?
Yeah, you wouldn't do that very often, would you? Now, but actually, what they used to do is they used to put a board up on here, and then they used to put it so the window used to be covered, so you didn't have to worry about Shirley missing and smashing the window. It was all covered up, and then the board would go on here. The light is still in place. So there's one board actually in this room, Andy, which I know you're going to love, because one thing, the bar.
Right next to it.
You don't have to go too far. You're probably going to start again in January and you're going to get your steps in. So this is perfect for you right now. You can have your darts, you can have your... And you can also get your nibbles and your snacks.
Perfect. Some gee's having a bit of a rest there on the side.
Just chilling on the side, yeah. Okay. We're going to go in the back room for board 2, or the main board, which is used on match day and Super League. It's a bit of you, isn't it?
This is a bit of me in here, in the back rooms, like the old vaults. Wow, this looks like... an impressive setup here, doesn't it?
Lots of consideration to look at here.
If we're talking access to play, I've seen 2 dartboards, but not a very big pub at all. Would I expect more in a pub this size? I wouldn't. I'd be thinking this board would be really, really good. It's in the back room, it's hidden away. The fact they've got another one in tells me this is a darts venue.
I've actually been speaking to the owner,
right,
who actually informs me they're looking at putting another board in here as well by flipping this around and putting it on that back wall.
I can't give this any less than a 9. Harsh Andy's not come out yet, Matt.
I saw you guys down in the comments section. You talked about this category because he ruined it.
I didn't.
You did. I was get honest. A board out the packet.
I'm just
and stick it on the. That's not on.
Why can't you? Why?
3
Why?
darts less than a 10. It can't be. That's too harsh.
No, it's not too harsh.
3 darts and it's less than a 10.
Yes.
No, that's just never going to happen.
But if there's one that's brand new, then that's a 10. So you're going to say to me, "Oh, I wish we'd saved that extra point." Well, we're saving it.
What's the chance we're going to walk in and...
Can we talk about this board? Can we start arguing about board condition, about what score I'm going to give, and let's talk about the board in front of us?
Okay, so access to play is a category, as we said in the last series, so we have to consider all the boards. That one in there, brand new.
It is brand new, but we're not doing that one. But it is brand new.
Pretty much so. Now, there are a couple of wears. So we can see a bit of wear on the 8, a bit of wear. So, but what this tells me is... this board is being turned very regularly, so that we're not wearing one section out, then moving it, then moving it. It's just getting general... So that's going to last a long time.
And that's impressive, because I'm not sure we've seen that very often. It's usually, oh, let's wear it out until there's nothing left in it,
looks
then
like
we'll turn it. Yeah, whereas this has clearly had a day's worth of play, and we'll turn it. A day's worth of play, and we'll turn it. So I'm impressed by that. But you're still not getting a big score out of me.
Hold on a minute. I might go one better.
All right.
Because you might not have spotted down here is actually, if that's not the match board, how good's this one? Because there's another board that they're going to put up on match day.
I've got a number in my head, but I do want to hear your number.
If it's less than 9, I think you're even more ridiculous than Series 2.
It's 8, which is less than 9. You're right, it is. And I'll tell you for why. Just on the, if we were doing the other board, it's a 10. It hasn't been used. That board has literally gone up today, and it feels a little bit unfair that we've come in the back room, but we've said this is the board we're going to do. It's had a fair bit of wear. It's been brilliantly looked after. And if I could give a half point, it'd be 8.5, but we've already argued about this. Comments have said no half points, I can't give it 9 because it would have had to just been turned once. I love the way it's been maintained. I love the way it's been turned, but it is still an 8.
Hi guys, Andy, Mission Videographer here. You're probably wondering why you're not watching Andy Cornwall do the measurements in the Prince of Wales right now. Has been a regular segment throughout all the series. Well, unfortunately during filming, production suffered a catastrophic technical failure. Here you can see the boys laughing and quipping and making jokes about auto brightness.
Just turn the brightness up.
Then, as they were about to begin their segment, the camera simply packed up.
It's all right. That's good. That's good.
It had absolutely nothing to do with me turning off the camera. Luckily, some audio survived and we are still able to get the final score.
Yeah, I can't fault the height. The height's absolutely spot on. If you could help me with the diagonal. Oh, yes. So I've pictured exactly where I want that to be, and that is bang on it. This could be, and is, the first 10 of the series. Why am I stood on the Oche and you're not stood on it? We're the wrong way around here, mate.
You love the Oche. You love the Oche. But the Oche here, Andy, lots to consider. Now, we talked about this in Series 2, things that you like. One thing you like is to be able to kick it.
From the side. Oh, I'll tell you what. Oof. Can I kick it from the end? Right, okay, that's a professional level Oche.
Now,
no
do you know
question
why that
about
is?
it. No.
Because this, we're at the right height now, by the way.
Yeah, that's better, isn't it? Yeah.
Because this is actually Velcroed to the floor. Special consideration, because it needs to be able to move, because they obviously need to put the barrels in. So, special consideration.
The barrels in?
The barrels under the floor, yeah.
In the cellar?
Yeah.
Under here?
Yeah.
And wow, that's amazing.
So,
okay.
Already consideration there, Velcroing it so it doesn't move and it shifts around. It's raised, which is good.
It's got carpet on top, so if your darts come out, they're not going to get damaged.
And that was a problem with this room originally. It was the tiled floor in here, which has now been removed. The one thing I think's missing here...
Is it lights?
Ambiance.
Ambiance. There's no ambiance. The Oche's not got its own ambiance, Matt. I knew you were going to say that. I knew you were going to mark it down for that. You're the ambiance man.
Is the face of it flat, or does it have a lip?
It's flat.
Perfect.
It's flat and it's high, so you can't kind of fall over it. I'm impressed with this Oche, very much so.
Put it behind your back. I'll put it behind mine.
Yeah, and we'll really at the same time. Yeah, okay.
Ready?
3, 2, 1.
Really, I was there.
8?
Ambiance.
8?
Ambiance.
You've got to be kidding me! You're marking it down 2 points for having no lights.
Series 2 was all about the ambience.
Not a chance, Matt. That's ridiculous. We might not find a better Oche the entire series than this.
It might have lights on it.
Yeah, but you can't knock it. If I can't knock board condition down 2 points for the fact it's been turned, you can't knock an Oche down because it's got no lighting on it. It's not a bleeding disco.
Ambience.
There's no DJ Tintin in the corner in here, Matt. This is a darts venue, for God's sake.
DJ Tintin.
Come on, I'll give you one more chance to give it a proper score. What's your final score?
Now, the Oche's lacking ambience.
Because of the lights.
But we do have a ring light. You can't go wrong with a ring light. We know it's not our favourite one.
Yeah.
We like the 270.
Yeah.
You can't mark it down just because it's a different one that we don't like. It
No.
does the job. The board's lit up. There's no shadow. That is fine. There's also good room lights. You've got one over your head there that looks like you're thinking right now.
Yeah.
And actually, at the back of the room as well, where you like it to be lit up, it's not above your head, but it's just behind over the shoulder.
Yes.
So there's light at the back there, so you're not going to... You can see your hand.
Look, Series 2, the bar was raised. We went somewhere where there was like 8 lights on the board, and it was unbelievably lit up. It was almost better than a ring light. A ring light is the modern day way of lighting up the board, and we're fans of it, definitely. Because the old school way of doing things costs a fortune. It's very difficult to do. We also brought in the fact that a lot of people like a bit of light over them when they're throwing. We haven't got that in here. I'm a fan of the side lighting. I'm a fan of the ring light. I'm a fan of the light at the back of the room. But it feels like it's missing a couple of points for me.
I've got a question for you there.
Okay.
So, your thinking light above your head?
Yes.
Right. Because of the way it's in like these little does that class as ambiance light even though it's white?
Ambiance,
or do we need to change the colour of the light?
How can we have ambience in twice already? It's not about the ambience when we're throwing on the dartboard. It's about, is the board lit? Is my arm lit? Am I happy with the lighting? Yeah, I'm pretty happy. I'm not delirious. I'm pretty happy. I'm 8. So, the Prince of Wales at Ilkeston. What a fantastic first half. 43 points out of a possible 50. Although, I've got to say, what was Edgar on? The Oche, 8 out of 10. He's absolutely lost his mind. That could be the worst score that either of us give for any category in the entire series. Let's hope he picks it up in part 2.
I used the word veining in Series 2, which you found very strange, but that was basically where the board's sort of bubbling and creasing. This almost looks brand new. And there's no sort of like, over time as well, you get like old markings left on there. If you don't like this one, or you're the left hand, right hand, there's another one on the other side of the board as well.
This place reminds me that a lot of consideration's been taken. I bet there was one there that was getting a bit old, and they've replaced it. Everything looks quite pristine, doesn't it? So yes, I'm a big fan of the whiteboard. Pens ready to go, and erasers, and a TV that links up to your laptop or iPad. You know, Harsh Andy's coming out right now. What's missing?
And actually just little consideration here, just folds away.
So they just hit the wires instead. No chalkboard for me, gets it knocked down.
Never has a chalkboard.
Oh, come on, you know that's the #1 standard. If we go somewhere that's got chalkboard, whiteboard, TV, iPad, it's 10 out of 10. It's missing a chalkboard, Matt. What am I going to give it?
I hope you get brutalised in the comments for this. Series 3 and you're still marking out 2025.
Look,
it doesn't have a chalkboard.
These are
You've
brand
got
new,
2.
the TV's good.
2.
Yeah, no, it's a 6. Oh, sorry, upside down. It's a 9.
I was about to punch you in the face then, I think. Like. Tungsten.
I don't know what to say. Have we ever seen an array this good?
Well, the interesting thing for me as well is you always say, can we have a game? Well, there's plenty of sets, 2 boards. There's enough sets that you can actually have a game on both boards. You don't have to worry about someone coming in, taking the one set of brass darts that you're leaving a £5 deposit for, and then you don't have anything for the other board.
All tungsten, even a choice of moulded or nylon.
Folded, moulded or folded.
Moulded or folded, as we're calling them now. Different length stems. Look like really good. I don't know what...
Do them points come out, don't they?
I think they possibly do, yeah. I've got to say it right now, this is the most impressed I've been with house darts in any episode.
And the flights aren't chewed up and battered, are they, as well? We've seen somewhere they're ripping and...
Are we going to go anywhere and get a better selection of house darts?
No in terms of what's presented, and no in terms of the amount that's presented for the amount of boards that are in play. That's board 1, that's board 2. Could have different weights.
Yeah, that's fair.
But is Gary coming off the street going to notice the difference? You've got to remember, if you're a serious player, you're going to bring your own darts anyway. This is for the person who's just coming on a night out with his mates, wanting something to throw.
It's always good to just leave one out there, just in case. My instant thought was this is a 10. We've never come across house darts like this before. This is a 10, but it keeps sticking in my mind that you said, yeah, we do always need to leave one out there, because if we go somewhere and there's 20 sets of house darts and they're all tungsten and they're all different weights, you're going to go, I wish we hadn't given the Prince of Wales 10. Look, I was thinking 10. You've talked me down.
How have I talked you down?
Because of that nonsense about leaving one out there all the time that's going through my flipping head now. Every time I think of 10 now, I have to go to 9. It has to be a 9. If we've left this category in because we think it's really, really important. We've got the best seat in the house here, right behind the dartboard.
We have. This would be a great space. We'd be here going, we love you, Edgar. We do. It'd be like,
is that what we would be doing? Yeah.
35 grand makeover for the match day experience to make sure the players get the best conditions they possibly can.
We've got the best seats in the house here. There's probably room for one more on here, and the rest are going to have to sit off to the side. That being said, you can see the board and in particular the scoreboard from most of this room. Pub League, maybe Super League, a great room. Anything more than that, it's a little bit small. So that's my only consideration.
Well, what did you want to do in it? Play the World Championships?
Well, you know, when I play, Matt, people come and watch. I know you're used to playing to empty houses, but there's people come and watch me, you know, and they want to see me play. It's
delusional, isn't it? Like, what's happened to you over Christmas? There's even a TV. If you wanted to, you could hook a camera up to that as well. So you like the back room in a corner somewhere. You also like a cauldron effect.
I also like Dave, who stands about 15 metres away shouting, "Go on, Andy!" We've got the best seats in the house. I'd love to be sat here watching you. Yeah.
Even down to turning off the hand dryer so you don't hear that. There's no excuse here. It's all been thought out properly.
I was kind of down to 8 for the size, but the extra consideration, I've given it another point. I'm up to 9, Matt.
I'm going to do it. I'm going to do it, and then I'm going to run off because I know you're not going to like this. But okay. I'm going to stick with 8 purely because I prefer carpet than wood flooring.
You see, I've got an amazing glass with an even better pint in it of Hobgoblin. So while I drink this, you can tell us about what facilities you like here.
Yeah, so there's some snacks, crisps, all your usual sort of favourites.
Oh, lovely.
Massive selection of drinks, bottles, bottled drinks, different things, vapes, things like that. You know, if you like that sort of inclination.
I like the toilets.
Class.
They are the best toilets I've seen in a pub ever. It's like a 5-star hotel. Absolutely amazing in there.
Do you know what, right? I'm a guy who... I have to go to my toilet. I don't like public toilets, but even I'd have a dump in there.
Well, I'm going to give you the bad news. Yeah, there's no car park.
I mean, there is a car park that way.
Yeah, there's loads of car parks, but there's no car park for the pub. They don't do food. I wouldn't expect them to. It's a small boozer. It's like I like it. I'm going to contradict myself because I like this sort of place, but I'm going to mark it down because there's no food. 6 or 7-ish, something like that.
No, not with a dumpable toilet.
But there's no car park and there's no food. And that's not fair on the places that we're going to go that have them. At my maximum, I was at 6. The toilets are amazing. They're dumpable. So I'm going 7. Our new category, as voted for by our watchers, Matt, value for money. Tell us, how do we work this one out?
So this category is all about everything that comes with it, because we've been to some places, and yes, they've had great facilities, but if we go back to Torquay last year, we considered the fact that you had to pay to play darts.
Yeah.
You had to pay to go on a lane. Now, the issue with that was I didn't think the boards warranted a score of a 7 when you had to pay for it, so I made it a 5 because I expect more.
We've come here, everything is mint. Do you have to pay to play?
You don't have to pay to play. Darts are readily available. You don't have to pay to use the equipment as well. And obviously...
£3.60 a pint? £3.60?
Even you would drink here.
I tell you what, I'm blown away by that. £3.60 a pint of Hobgoblin? I mean, come on. OK, you've got to pay to park. What are you thinking? We've never marked this category before, so I'm kind of thinking, where do we start with this?
I think the experience of coming here for a game of darts has to be 9.
This is going to absolutely kill me, but I agree with you. So, Matt, 85 out of 100, Series 3, Episode 1. Did you see that coming?
No, it set the bar for the series, which is good. And, you know, last series was about who can beat legends. And it turned out no one can. Now we've got a venue here. I mean, some of the things we've not even considered when we look at this venue is things like the memorabilia. I'm a collector. I love my memorabilia. We've got signed merchandise, signed memorabilia from the world's greatest players. I like that. It really does ambience.
And how do you think they've got that memorabilia?
With all the extra considerations we've got in place in regards to the darts, you'd imagine that someone's behind this.
He is. We can't tease it anymore. Chris Mason, how are you, mate?
I'm well. Lovely to have you guys here.
Amazing job you've done,
Thank you.
Chris. We've certainly never had a pub that's rated, and this is a pub, let's be honest, a pub that's rated this high.
Not a restaurant.
Not a restaurant, hence there is no food.
Yeah, that was the whole consideration of why we wanted to buy the place, because real pubs are few and far between now. They don't know what they are. They lost their identity. They've been turned into bistros and lost all that, their sort of history and their feel of, you know what it's like. There's nothing better going into a pub, decent dartboard, proper hockey, all the equipment you need to score a game and enjoy yourself. And that's what we've tried to do.
Proper hockey.
Yeah.
I was giving it a high score, but this lunatic next to me, the ambience wasn't there.
Do I need some lights, some LED lights on it for you or something? Maybe.
You get strip lights, can't you?
No, one thing to mention as well, Chris did say that there's free parking around here after 6 o'clock at night. Yeah, so unless you come in during the day, maybe I was a little bit harsh with the parking, but overall, what a fantastic venue. And 85 out of 100 to start the series, Matt. Is anybody going to beat it?
We can try.
We can try. We'll find out. There's more coming. Obviously, this is the first one, and what a pleasure. Thank you for bringing me here. I know you and Chris already knew each other, and I'm surprised he let you win, really, because you beat him every time you've played him. Because that's what you tell me. Everybody I've played. Did you take a 170 out to beat him?
Yeah, we have. Yeah, we played in an exhibition in Coventry somewhere. He beat me 6-0.
Oh,
he beat you.
Yeah, but I was a long time retired at that point.
I remember now. Yes. Oh, wow.
That now.
Actually, you played brilliant, so there was no complaints.
Rate My Oche!